Hi, I'm Brandy with Wealthy CRE and CalicoMarketing.com. Today we're going to talk about whether or not you need your image on your branding material. So this means your picture on your website, your flyers, maybe not your flyers, but like your corporate brochure, that sort of thing. And the answer is just a little bit tricky. So I know that having a photo is almost taboo in commercial real estate, and that's because it's a residential thing. So a lot of residential real estate agents will use this sort of branding method in order to do all of the three branding hits, and that is to get people to know you, to recognize you, and to like you before they meet you. And it's not that commercial real estate agents shouldn't be doing that. They absolutely should. The question is whether or not you want to do that with your picture. And it's complicated. So let's talk about it. If you've ever gone to any of my websites or seen any of my work, you will see my picture on everything. Why is that? It's because I have a very low touch business. So I never meet anybody in person. I don't travel. I will not speak at your events. I won't do any of that stuff. I am just here at my house and doing this stuff. So when you do that kind of stuff, you do need more and more affiliation with your face, basically. So all of my websites, they all have pictures of my face on them. And it's to do, all of those three branding things, but it's also to just show you that I'm a real person and that I am actually here, and it's not just some corporation out in who knows where that's just pretending to be a person. So that's one of the reasons why you should do it. But again, whether or not you are high or low touch will be a big indicator of whether or not you really should be doing it or not. So let's talk about the more engaged side of commercial real estate. So like the agent, for instance, probably doesn't need as much face time as some of the others because they are actually going to places, they're meeting people, they're doing the interview, they're shaking hands, they're driving them in their car to all of these site locations. So the more engaged you are, the less that you actually need some of these visual representations of you and your business and, just your branding aspect. But it is very important, though, if you do want to add it. So if you do want to go out there and get your photo taken, do all the lifestyle shots, number one, get a photographer that actually knows how to do this. And unfortunately, a Google search of social media photography will usually get you some of those people. So don't freak out, though. You're not doing it for social media or your Instagram feed. You are doing it for your for all of your branding materials. But that's just how you'll Google search them and find the ones near you. They know how to do lifestyle shots. Just look through their portfolio. You'll know within a second or not whether or not you like them. So if you are a more engaged commercial real estate agent per se, you still can do all these things. In fact, I highly recommend it. When I started doing it, it made my sales go up 30%, my revenue. So I highly do recommend it, even if you are a more high-touch person, because it lets you skip the queue, honestly. So for the most part, an agent usually still has to do like the interview on top of all of your normal marketing stuff. And then if your marketing materials are already very personal and people already, again, know, recognize, and like you before you even get into that interview, you're pretty much already sold. So it's really just a matter of kind of skipping that queue and getting ahead of everybody else in line. So I do highly recommend it, even if you are a more engaged. So less engaged. So like for instance, if you are a business broker or you have a property management company that like nobody ever gets to see you, or even like you're the head of the brokerage and no one ever gets to see you, you're just somebody, just a silhouette in an office in the back. I do highly recommend, especially if you're more national focused, to do this. And yes, the broker, person in charge, should be the one that does this. So if you're super, super uncomfortable with that, that is absolutely fine. You don't have to do a lifestyle shoot, but you should at least have one of the nice portraits that's portrayed on the About Us and the Who We Are section. So personally, I've always liked companies that have a face to them, because as soon as you have a face to the company, you know that it's going to be quality, because somebody has actually put their name and their face and their likeness on this, so you know it's going to be higher quality than some of the more faceless minions out there, where they're just sort of they're just scalable all over. They have absolutely zero personality, and it's all just about hitting your contracts and stuff like that. So it is one of the good ways that you can really identify yourself, especially from some of the larger faceless conglomerates. So I highly recommend it for a boutique brokerage or unique brokerage or a small brokerage, especially when there can be one person at the helm that has all of the other things, even if you have additional agents. So one more thing for the commercial real estate agents: if you are thinking about doing your own website, your own branding materials with the lifestyle shoot, just run it by your broker really fast before you actually start spending money on some of these things, because usually brokers are totally okay with you doing your own marketing as long as they're involved on the process. They just don't want to feel like you've completely skipped over them, or if you're doing something without them. So definitely talk it over with them before you actually start anything. I'd hate for you to lose any money on something like that. So the conclusion is, it's complicated. So if you have a higher touch business where you're actually meeting with people face to face, it's not as important as if you are like never actually in the room with somebody and you're doing it to really hit those branding. Overall, it would be good for every single person to use this strategy, just for the branding aspects of, and I will say them again, and the branding of to know you, recognize you, and like you before they even meet you, because that really, all in all, is half the battle. And then after that, it's a matter of just going through your normal sales process. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit like. If you want to hear more and get updates when I add in new videos, please hit subscribe down below, and check out wealthycre.com for additional videos and boot camp. Thanks so much. Bye. If you like this video, check out my boot camp at wealthycre.com. Not your typical boring lessons in terminology and contract writing. You already know that. These are lessons on marketing practices that are designed for commercial real estate professionals to gain leads and increase your income. Learn to target your market, brand yourself, build your leads list, marketing techniques, and so much more. Check out the video courses today and supercharge your income.